Well, with Nerdrotic, it's kind of hard to move beyond the alt-right accusation and confirmation because that's all he really has to offer at this point. But we'll try to be fair-minded and respond to what little cognitive things he said, which really weren't that much. But I want to start off, not to be vindictive, a little embarrassing how one of his co-hosts doesn't seem to know anything about Lord of the Rings.
What race is Saruman supposed to be?
Saruman.
Or Sauron, sorry. Sauron.
Sauron's a...
Well, to be fair, the Count Dunk, whatever his name is, he seemed to at least know the books a little bit. So, yeah, this is not a panel of informed experts on the Lord of the Rings mythology. It just feels like pretty right-wing maniac idiots who are complaining we're not getting the right-wing maniac propaganda we wanted, therefore bad. And if you think I'm exaggerating, nope, that is their criticism of the trailer. Though apparently they think they've got scoops and leaks and therefore they know what the whole season will be. Well, we'll have to wait and see whether they'll be vindicated. According to them, the main problem is, well, we all know what it is.
I like the way that all the elves look gay.
They are pretty gay, though, man. Read the books. They're pretty fucking gay.
They are supposed to be more feminine, so...
Yeah.
I like the way that no man had any effective role in the show.
Except for Don Lemon. He's doing all kinds
No,
of...
he don't do much. In all honesty, he don't do that much.
Well, just starting off with these things called facts. No, we actually do see men. We actually see quite a lot of men. We see Durin. We see potentially Sauron. We see men doing things, men fighting, men discussing things, presumably men planning. Again, we can nitpick. Are these men, obviously, within the world of the story, they're elves and dwarves, so on and so forth. And we even see, again, presumably some of these orcs are men too. Don't know what they mean by, it's so woman-centric. No, we're just getting a kind of survey of the entire world and the different characters, different dispositions, different factions. That's what we actually see. And it does seem that some kind of ominous threat is rising. And a threat is looming. But I actually do want to contribute a bit to substantive debates here. And this is not my specialty, because when you try to become an actual Tolkien expert, you got to pick and choose what you're going to really focus on. Some people have raised the question with the Durins, that we've got Durin and his father. And to some people, that doesn't quite seem right, that they would be within the same time frame. So we'll have to wait and see whether they're able to really answer that. In terms of the canon, probably the only suspicious thing is Elrond. Seems a little stupid. Seems a little behind the times. In the books, he seemed to be well aware that Sauron was a threat. That's probably the only suspicious things so far in the trailers. But no, Galadriel having armor and fighting, yeah, she did that. She may not have fought these particular battles, but she is fighting. She did fight. Don't know what he's talking about. And then we jump into Game of Thrones, where he reluctantly concedes, well, it looks better at least, but maybe there's a subversive message behind it all.
And if you play it all the way through, it's trying to, I guess, show female empowerment by it. But at the end, there, because the whole thing is like a woman can never sit the Iron Throne. And by the end of House of the Dragon, you'll be all, nope, a woman should not sit the Iron Throne at all, ever. Because it's about two women manipulating men, and they just tear the entire Targaryen family apart, tear the fucking Westeros apart, lay everything to waste. All the dragons are fucking dead. There's like 3 Targaryens left, and one of them's like super maimed and gonna die in a couple of years. It's like, yeah, totally should let dudes take over from now on. I agree. So I don't know. Like, I think it's almost a counterintuitive point that they'll probably fix at some point.
Women remain the problem. Apparently women are always going to be the problem. I will say this for Gary. He's making, frankly, 90% of all men look really great, because all they have to be is just moderate haters of women, and already they're way, way better than Nerdrotic and his friends. But in terms of the question, I mean, I know he's stupid, and long ago he's given up being at all well-informed on any of these issues. But he did at least read the books a little bit, I guess. And yes, there is a theme of female empowerment. and feminism. That's definitely there in the books with George Martin, but I don't think ever the theme was, yes, women should have the power, men should not have the power. That would be the utopia. We've clearly seen in the books, women have power. Women can be very dangerous, lethal, and repressive with that power. In some cases, he may be tipping his hand. I would think with like Asha, with the Ironborn, yeah, there it seems very positive. And perhaps if she ruled, it might be overall better for the Ironborn. But that's still an iffy case. I think overall, he generally shows that people who have power abuse the power and cannot be trusted. And even good people who have power also do very, very bad things with it. I think the general disposition is just be skeptical of people in power. What he's babbling about, like, the dragons, they went away. I guess they're going to try to fix that at the end of the show. Where are you getting that from? I don't think he's ever saying, hey, they've got dragons and magic swords. Whee! It's a happy land. That's not the message. The message is, yes, this is a incredible place with magic and power and sword fighting and all that, but there is a huge human cost, and we see that human cost quite frequently, so it does ask you the difficult question. Yeah, fantasy world seems like a very intriguing world to be into, but is this really the kind of fantasy you want? Because, yeah, we got the magic swords and the dragons, but we've also got a lot of dead bodies. You could be among those dead bodies, by the way, so be careful what you wish for. I don't see how the message of the women get power and everything goes wrong is in any way counter to the actual theme of any of the books. We've seen women with power, and they've been abusive, like Cersei, so I have no idea what he's on about. But yeah, maybe they're going to temper that part of it. I hope they don't. I hope they're willing to be brave enough to show that, yeah, women with power can be pretty evil too. But we'll have to wait and see.